Hello all, welcome to part 41 of TestNG training series. This session is a continuation of the previous session. Okay, to understand this session, you have to go through the previous session, guys. Okay, and in this session, I'm going to explain and practically demonstrate how to control the count of parallel tests that need to be executed by data provider by specifying this data provider thread count attribute in TestNG XML file. So let's get started. So here is the thing. The previous session I showed you how to execute the test in parallel by specifying parallel attribute in data provider method. And as I mentioned, this session is a continuation of the previous session. Here there is no control of how many tests need to be run in parallel, guys. Okay. So what I mean by that is, if I go to this Eclipse IDE, for example, if I have this 12 sets of data here, and here parallel is equal to test, parallel is equal to true is mentioned in the data provider. In this case, what happens is when I run this test, okay, this test is connected to this data provider, and this data provider is going to supply the data to this test method as explained in the previous session. So this test need to run multiple times. For every set of data it has to run, but here parallel is equal true is mentioned. Hence, all the 12 browsers will open at the same time. Okay, there is no control in how many sets of data need to be executed parallelly. Here, all sets of data will be executed parallelly. Here, 12 sets are there. 12 browsers will open up. Here, 100 sets of data is there. 100 browsers will open up parallelly, guys. There is no control in how many browsers should open up for running the test. Okay, just run this. You will see that all the browsers will 12 sets of data, right? 12 browsers will keep opening up. There is no control in the count of the tests that are running parallelly. You see, all the browsers will at a time open up. Okay, you'll see that soon. Okay, 12 tests will be running. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, more than 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And also it's kind of slow, guys, because you see the more tests which will run parallelly, the performance of the machine may not support, and the tests will run bit slow, guys. Okay, you see the tests are running very slow. The tests are running very slow. You see the even the typing, you can see generally you don't see this kind of slowness. Okay, and you run them individually, but here parallel execution is happening, so the tests are running very slow. Okay, the tests are running very slow. Here sequential execution is not happening, guys. And also something got failed. You see performance problems. Okay, these are all performance problems, guys. Okay, if they are not running means don't think that there is some wrong. Okay, so all the tests got passed, but somewhere you got some socket problems and all those stuff, socket exception, connection reset. All this is performance issues, guys. So I need to set a control. I need to set a kind of control on the count of the tests that need to run here, but I cannot provide any annotation at the data provider level to control the amount of sets that need to execute it parallelly. Rather, I have to do that in testng.xml file. This project doesn't have the TestNG XML file, so I'll right click on the project. I'll right click on the project and select TestNG option here and say convert to TestNG. And as you can see here, testng.xml file with this test method. Okay, DTD demo, right? This is only one test we need. This test we don't need. I will remove this. Only one test I'll generate. This is the test I want to run. Okay, so here is the XML content. It will be created directly under the project. Click on finish, guys. TestNG.xml file is created. Open the TestNG.xml file. TestNG.xml file, again it is containing the updation is not done. So remove this class, only one class, that is GTD demo, where the test method having multiple sets of data is there. Okay, only I want to run that. So what I'm going to do is here, this thread count is not meant for data provider, guys. Okay, if you want to control the number of tests that are being invoked by data provider in parallel execution, right? For that, this thread count will not be useful. This is for general tests. Okay, for test tag level thread count, this is okay. Remove that. It's not the one that we are going to use. We have to use something known as data provider related thread count. Okay, not normal thread count. We have to use data provider hyphen thread hyphen count is equal to, I'll set the count to 2, guys. Okay, no matter how many sets of data are there, doesn't matter. Attribute data provider must be declared for element type. Okay, sorry guys, we cannot specify this that I have removed that, but we should not be specifying this at the test tag level. I forgot. Okay, we should be specifying this thing at the suit tag level. Remember this. Okay, should not be providing this data provider that count at the test tag level. It will give you the error. You have to move this to the suit level. Okay, at suit level you have to mention this and save this. Now this configuration of thread count control is mentioned in the TestNG XML file. If you run this individually again, it doesn't do any changes because TestNG XML has the settings, but this class doesn't have any settings. So I have to run this GTD demo class with the help of TestNG XML file so that the settings will be applied and thread count will be controlled to 2. No matter how many sets of data are there, only 2 tests will run at the same time. Okay. So I'll run the testng.xml file instead of invoking the class directly. TestNG suit, I'll say. I've run that. Only 2 tests will run parallelly at a time by this data provider. Okay. 12 data sets are there. Oh, you see only 2 browsers will be opening, and once they are closed, again another browser will be opening, guys. You see another only 2, another 2 browsers will open up because thread count is data provider thread count is 2, guys. Okay. At a time only 2. This will solve the problem of that 12 tests running at the same time. Okay. Instead of 12 tests running at the same time, at a time only 2 parallel tests are running. Okay. We have controlled the count of the parallel tests that are running by the data provider. Okay. This is what is the purpose of data provider. Okay. Thread count attribute that we provided in the testng.xml file, and we have to run the testng.xml file to make this happen. Okay. You see 12 tests, but thread count was 2 only. Okay. This is how, guys, we can control the parallel test thread count invoked by data provider using data provider thread count, which should be written inside the suit tag. First of all, it should be written in the suit tag. Okay. Suit tag we have to write data provider thread count, and we have to mention the number of parallel tests that need to be executed at a time. Okay. And I practically demonstrated already. So that's all for this session, guys. Hope you understood this session. In the next session, I'm going to cover another TestNG topic for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.